All right.
Anytime from now?
Okay.
What we talked about with your smiles.
Yes, yep. Episode 3. Hey everyone, welcome to Fed Up. Get off your tippy toes. Hey everyone, oh, don't slap. Hey everyone, don't shake your arms. Hi everyone, welcome to Fed Up episode number 3. Today we're going to do something really yummy. I'm going to be making a really delicious seafood pasta, and I'm not talking about pasta that we just pull out of a pack that we went and got from Aldi. Love you Aldi, but I'm not using your pasta today. We're actually going to make it ourselves from scratch. So easy to do. Only need 2 or 3 ingredients, which is our flour, our eggs, some salt, a little bit of olive oil, and if you can get your hands on a pasta machine like this, oh my goodness, do it. It's so much fun. My kids love getting involved. It's so easy to make pasta. So a couple of people have asked me in the other episodes what knife I'm using. So it's actually really special. A friend of mine owns this knife company and he sponsored me with his knife. It's called Hagel. I don't know if I pronounced that properly, but I'm going to put a link down below just in case anyone else wants to check it out. The pasta itself, we have got some really beautiful pieces of salmon. I'm just doing 2 serves today for my camera crew because they're hungry. So they're gonna have this. And then we've also got in here some New Zealand green-lipped mussels, some prawns and some calamari. So that's gonna make the base of the seafood pasta. I like it a bit chilly. We've got our special butter that we make as well, which is absolutely delicious. If you want the link for that, that's also down below. I have a dear friend, John, and he always brings me fresh ingredients directly from his garden. So I've got here some fresh ginger. I've got some of his fresh beans. These eggs even came from his chickens. Fresh basil directly out of his garden, and some chilies. So I'm really excited to put this together. I will see you shortly once we're ready to go and we're gonna prep up this pasta. Okay, we've got a nice clean bench. It's all been wiped down, sanitized, because we're gonna make this pasta dough directly on the bench. So 2.5 cups of flour. Okay, so we've got 2.5 cups of flour. All you wanna do is get your fist, put it in the middle and make a well, all right? This is messy work, so I'm going to get a little dusty. Then we're going to crack our 4 eggs into our well. I don't know if my well's going to be big enough, to be honest. So we crack those eggs into our well, and then you slowly give them a little bit of a whisk, and you just keep incorporating the outside flour into the middle, and you will slowly start to form a dough. Very sticky work. So just keep rolling until you have a nice dough, until it's incorporated all of that egg. The bench is going to be pretty messy, your hands are going to be pretty messy. If you find that your dough's too wet, you add a little bit more flour. If you find that your dough's too dry, add a tiny bit of water. And some more over here. Yeah, that should do for the second. You don't want to add so much flour that you don't get movement in your dough. Because your pasta will become very dry and dense. So we still want some nice movement in there. The thing I probably should have mentioned was just before you roll out that dough, if you want a dough in a different color. So let's say you wanted to have green fettuccine, then you could blend down some basil or some baby spinach and drain out all the excess water, and then you could just fold that into your pasta before you're rolling out, doing what I'm doing now. So we just keep adding a little bit of flour to our bench top because it is a bit sticky. We are dealing with really fresh ingredients. So just keep folding the dough over on itself, just using your heel of your hand, and just keep pushing the whole way through it until you've got a dough that kind of bounces back and it's not moist and it's not pulling apart on you. So you can see that this is kind of bouncing back now. It's always folding it over on itself. So that's bouncing back nicely now and it's not sticking to my hands anymore. So for me, and look, I'm no professional at making pasta dough, but I've made it a few times at home for the kids and for my husband, and they definitely love this stuff. And this is kind of the consistency I go for every time. Just remembering I'm not a professional chef, I'm literally sharing with you some of the recipes that I've come up with along the way that have helped me in my journey since having weight loss surgery. And I just want to share that with you guys because it doesn't mean that you can't eat nice. Then I'm going to cut it into 4 equal portions because it'll just make it go through that pasta machine a whole lot easier. So let's just do that. I just use a nice clean sharp knife. There's no precision here with cutting up that dough. Just get it in there, give it a little dust of flour because you don't want it to get stuck to the machine, and that can happen quite easily as well. All right, we've got 4 nice balls of dough here now, ready to go to make our pasta with. Let me clean up this bench and I'll see you for the pasta making. Just so you know where we're starting again. All right, we're gonna go straight in now to rolling out this pasta. Now there are a few little hints with this, guys. So you just start off with a little ball and let's take off. We've got an attachment here that allows us to do the fettuccine at the end. So I'm gonna put that aside. All right guys, so I just made my first rookie mistake, even though I've used this machine 1,000 times. Don't have my glasses on. So we had our settings set at 9, which is the thinnest pasta you can make. Not fun. The machine got sticky, so we're gonna go back for round 2. Make sure you got some flour on your dough. Set it at its widest setting, which for mine is 1. And then we just feed that through. All right. So the first couple of times I fold it over itself. So I'm going to do it one more time and fold it over itself. And now you can see we're getting a nice square shape to our pasta, which will come out quite nice on the other end. I might just do it one more time because I'm feeling like it's still a little sticky. So I'm just going to go one more time, folding over itself. So you can see now that we're getting quite a nice dough here. I have to stop doing that. It's the only thing this thing doesn't lock in. All right. Maybe one more fold over. And then after that, we're going to start moving down in settings because I can feel the elasticity now in this dough. Okay, now we're going to move up to the next setting. And I will see you in a second. We're going to fast forward this and you'll see me once we get that dough to its thinnest setting. Now we've got this really nice sheet of dough. We're just going to dust it off a little bit with a bit of flour. And then I'm just going to roll it through the pasta machine again, just to get some nice fettuccine for the boys for their lunch. All right, here we go. Normally I'd cut this dough into 2 before doing this. And we have a nice sheet here now of thin fettuccine noodles. We don't want that bit because it's a bit thin. So I literally just come through and just pull them apart. So I use my little shelf over here. I don't know if you can see that, but I use it to hang my pasta on, just to dry it out a little bit before we pop it in the water. Because this pasta, it literally needs not even a minute in the water. It's that fresh. It hasn't been dried out and it hasn't been stored. So you literally put it in the water, you wait 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and you pull it back out and it's ready to go. And the other thing I like too about home making your own pasta is it doesn't have to be perfect. So you're gonna have some long pieces, you're gonna have some short pieces, you're gonna have some pieces that are a little bit jagged and a bit weird, but it just adds to the rustic feeling of the pasta. There's something really, really nice and exciting about eating pasta that you've made yourself. You kind of put it in your mouth and you melt in it, because it's just so delicious. And you're like, dude, I made that. So nice. So we'll just get this dried out for a little bit. And then I'm gonna prep the seafood and the ingredients for the base of the sauce, and I'll see you back for prepping up time. All right, we have made that pasta. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you, I had the crew in here helping me with this pasta. As you can see, we've got 2 shelves full of pasta. I am filthy. Oh, but anyway, so much fun. I'm gonna make the base for our sauce now. We all like a little bit of heat in our food, so I'm going to put some chili in there. We've got some fresh beans that have come out of John's garden. Not much prep involved in those, just wash them and then break them down into that many. Whoa, flying beans. So we're just gonna prep those, break off the ends if you want to. Love fresh food and fresh ingredients. All of this is gonna go into the pan. We're gonna make up that sauce. We're gonna use a little bit of cream as the base, which is gonna be a nice clean fat going in there. Then the pasta's gonna go in. I like to keep the seeds in my chilies and the vein. That's where the heat is. This is fresh ginger, so you just give it a little rub straight out of the garden. You don't need to peel it. I just like some nice slithers. Okay, we're going over to the stovetop now and we're going to go and prep that salmon. So guys, I'm cooking my salmon in the garlic, basil and chili butter. And a tiny bit of olive oil. I like to do it in the grill pan because I like the pattern on the fish. Just wait for that to get nice and hot. And I'm going to cook skin side down first. I always wait till I can see the colour halfway up the fish before I turn it. All right, I'm going to flip that over. Thank you. Your stomach just going, feed me, feed me. How good does that look? This is the point where I get a spoon and I taste it, just to make sure that we've got all the right flavours going on in there. Oh. Woo! That pack a punch of chili. Leave that to that heat. Okay guys, when I do my pasta, I like to do a little drizzle of olive oil. Sprinkle of salt. Wait a couple of minutes. Just drop it straight into the water. Okay, you can see now that it's risen to the top. It's almost done. So soft. Ooh la la, we'll look at that. One of the things I like to do is I like to mix my pasta in while it's hot on the oven. So you just drop in the desired amount of pasta that you want. And just fold that through. Fold through all of that beautiful goodness. The seafood, the prawns. Oh, the smell of that basil is just delicious. Get that into our bowl, all ready to serve, and plate up. Seriously, I want to lick the crap out of this pan, except I'll burn my tongue. All right, so now I'm going to plate this up. Really important. Obviously my serving size is going to be a whole lot smaller than the serving size of the boys. So for me, I actually do struggle with pasta a little bit. So I will probably only have a little bit of pasta, and I'll pack mine out with a couple of bits of seafood, some of the beans, and a little bit of the salmon. Nice bit of salmon on top. Someone's going to share their bit of salmon with me. My bit of salmon. And of course, we're going to finish that off with our famous homemade chili basil. We're going to top that off with our homemade chili, basil and garlic butter. A little bit of fresh basil over the top. And there you have it, folks. A wonderful seafood pasta which we made from scratch. Literally took us 15 minutes. You will love this dish. So go home, give it a go. Go buy the ingredients there in the link below. If you love this video, like, comment and subscribe below. Make sure you share it with your friends and family, because I'm all about making weight loss without the taste loss, something super special. You can see here that there's no reason that I can't eat just as beautifully and healthily as the rest of my family and enjoy all those magical flavors. See you next time. How does your pasta taste? You made that.
I do.